Today's class is about sentence stress. That is accented on certain words within a sentence. It is the way a speaker highlights certain words in each sentence. It helps the listener focus on important parts and understands the speaker's meaning. Sentence stress is the music of spoken English. Like word stress, sentence stress can help you to understand spoken English, especially when spoken fast. In this example, we have different sentences depending on the word that is stressed.
How many dogs do you have? I have 2. I've been to Paris. I have 2. Why do you learn English? I have to.
Stress is achieved the same way in a sentence as it is in a word. This may be by making the stressed syllable longer, louder, or a different pitch. Stress is a useful way of signaling what's important in a sentence. It gives the listener clues to listen to parts of the sentence which are more important. If stress is not used or used incorrectly, the listener may misinterpret the intended meaning, or have difficulty picking out important concepts. You can't choose where to place the stress in an individual word, but you can choose where to place the stress in a sentence. It depends on what you're trying to highlight. Stressing a different word can change the meaning. Knowing which words to stress depends on the meaning, context, and what you and your listener already know. If you can hear the stress in the speech of the person you're talking with, you'll be able to pick up what they think is important too. Sometimes we made some mistakes stressing too many words in a sentence or not stressing any word clearly. Besides, we have some general rules to stress in English. Most sentences have 2 types of words, content words and structure words. Content words are the key words of a sentence. They are the important words that carry the meaning or sense. Structure words are not very important words. They are small, simple words that make the sentence correct grammatically. If you are a little child, you say "want new game" instead of "I want a new game," or in a telegram that you received, "sell house gone Mexico," instead of "sell my house I've gone to Mexico." The first sentence use content words and the others are structure or function words. If you remove the structure words from a sentence, you will probably still understand the sentence. The basic rule of sentence stress is, content words are stressed and function or structure words are unstressed. Content words deliver contents of stories, tell listeners where to focus his or her attention. You have to stress the content words to get listeners to hear them easily. Structure words make sentences grammatically correct and don't give listeners main information. Don't stress the function words because they do not give listeners added attention. I will give you examples of content words. Main verbs as sell, give, employ, and speak. Nouns like car, music, merry. Adjectives like red, big, strong, and good. Question words like what, who, or why. Negative words like not or never. What are samples or function words? Pronouns are function words, I, he, she, they, and it. Prepositions like on, at, and into. Articles like a, an, or the. Conjunctions, for example, and, but, or because. In a sentence, there are nouns, verbs, adjectives, question words, etc. Do we have to stress every content word? No. There are some rules to explain which words we stress or not. Sometimes people can stress some function words with special proposed, as we saw at the beginning of the class. We have a neutral content word stress guideline. Let's take a sentence.
I drove him to his house.
Nouns and main verbs are the most important words. In the sentence,
we have a dinner table in the living room.
When you have open compound nouns, stress the first noun. In the sentence,
today is a good day for catching a big fish.
Adverbs and adjectives are less important than nouns and main verbs. Now you make an exercise. Take the sentence, repeat the sentence with a loud voice and mark the stress words. Yes, the content words are the verbs visited and known and the nouns Peter and town. Take the sentence.
I got a new app idea, how to get Joel on a diet.
When you pronounce the sentence with loud voice, gotta sound gotta, and app idea sound apidea, and the words Jolona sound Jolona. We applied the stress rules in the sentence. I got a new app idea, hot to get Joel on a diet. Now identify which words are content words and should be stressed in the following sentences. You are right. The content words are learning, English, 2 months, friends, nothing, weekend, Jennifer, Alice, finished, do, last and week. Remember how meaning can shift based on the stress pattern and what the speaker wants to emphasize. Sentences have regular patterns of stressed words. In addition, the voice tends to rise, fall or remain flat depending on the meaning or feeling we want to convey, surprise, anger, interest, boredom, gratitude, etc. You should pronounce the sentence doing the stress in a different word every time. Add stress to the word that you want to focus on and pronounce it louder, longer, and stronger than the rest of the words in the sentence. Don't be afraid to exaggerate the stress even if it feels weird. What is the meaning of each sentence according to the stressed word? Choose the letter for each sentence. By stressing a particular word, the speaker implies that part of the sentence isn't or may not be true. In the next sentences, what sentence implies that this is your belief, but you are wrong? If you practice emphasizing in a different word of a sentence and using the sentence stress rules daily, you will be able to hear spoken English and to speaking more naturally. Don't be afraid to load your voice and to exaggerate your intonation.